where you felt like your time was not being valued? In this video, we're going to talk about setting boundaries, especially as a woman in leadership, or perhaps you are a man in leadership and you find yourself in situations where people just really don't value your time. And there's something that we need to do, and it is to set boundaries. And in this video, we're going to talk about setting boundaries. This is going to be a Q&A, and for those of you who are watching right now, you are watching the replay, and I welcome you and glad you took a few moments out of your day with me today. The fact that you clicked on this video means you're supposed to be here. There's something that you are struggling with as it relates to boundaries as a leader, and let's talk about it today. So I'll share with you answering questions you may have as it relates to the boundaries, because this is a live video. Therefore, there's a point in time where people will join the video and I will say hello to them, and just give me just a few minutes so I can interact with everyone. And then we'll go into these time boundaries that everyone needs to learn how to set, especially if you're a leader, because people really will try to go over your boundaries and they'll take advantage of your boundaries, and you have to be very consistent, especially as it relates to your time. If you've ever been in a situation where you have not been able to really work and be in a good place with your time boundaries, let's talk about it. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll give you some insight in terms of some strategies you can do to protect your most valuable asset, which is your time. So I want to say hello to Pratik Galatkar 1011. Hello, welcome. Hope you're doing well today, Pratik. Welcome back. I'm glad to see you. We have Abraham P2222. Good morning, friend. How you doing today? Welcome back. I know it's been a little while since you've been on the channel, but I appreciate you being here today. So let me know where you all are joining from in the big, beautiful world today, and how you have struggled with boundaries, especially as it relates to time. That's what we're talking about today as a leader for the next 20 minutes or so. Pratik Galatkar 1011 says, I am doing good, thank you. Well, I'm glad, Pratik, you are doing well, friend, and I appreciate you being here today. All right, so Pratik Galatkar 1011 says, how are you doing? I'm actually doing well. Believe it or not, I have I'm a bit under the weather today. I haven't slept that well, but I am here with you all, and I want to still be able to provide you all with some value today. We have Sugar Baba 440. Hello, welcome, Singer. I'm driving and I haven't slept that much, so bear with me today, friends. Singer is from India. Well, welcome. Glad you are here today. Let me know if you all have ever struggled with boundaries, especially as it relates to your time. Maybe you're a leader and you found yourself in a situation where someone's not respecting your time boundary. What did you do? And what are you struggling with? Let's talk about it. I will give you over 20 years worth of experience and guidance within the next 15, 16 to 20 minutes to help you be able to manage those situations if you're struggling with boundaries, especially as it relates to your time. Your time is precious, friends, and everyone's time is precious. And so you want to make sure that you're being as efficient as possible and people are respecting your time too. I'll provide you, depending on the questions that come in today, I'll provide you with some insight as it relates to what's happened to me when I've had to protect my time boundary and what I did. I know many of you know I'm a leader and I'm very kind, but there is definitely the executive in me, and I will definitely have a conversation very quickly if someone is crossing boundaries. I don't like doing that. We have Frank Afa 6120. Like Steve Miller, maybe you can fly like an eagle. Thank you, friend. Welcome. Let me know what part of the beautiful world you all are in today. We had Freddie. It says Freddie in Gunju. Why are you driving and streaming? Okay, so Freddie, let me tell you why I'm driving and streaming. Freddie's new to the channel. So for those of you who have been here for a while, you all know what I'm about to say. Freddie, there are too many leaders in the world, too many women in leadership, too many men in leadership that struggle with communication. And I genuinely believe that people become great by how they communicate. And my mission here on this earth is to help unlock the greatness within you. I am so incredibly passionate about speaking and helping others be able to communicate at a higher level that, yes, I will stream while I am driving. Every moment I have to help my audience be able to navigate those very challenging situations that come up for us as leaders, whether you're in a leadership role, whether you are a business owner and you've been in situations where you didn't know how to have a difficult conversation, you didn't know how to negotiate your salary, you didn't know how to do well in the interview, you didn't know how to present well in front of a board, you didn't know how to be able to really elevate yourself and showcase your executive presence in a way that you are the leader that stands out from everybody else, is a reason why I'm here, Freddie. And I do this all the time. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a little, actually, believe it or not, a little under the weather today. I haven't slept that well, but I'm here and that's what I do. And that hopefully will answer your question. All right, so next person we have is Bioscope. Trans TV says present, watch it. He says, okay, so hello, welcome, hope you're doing well. Singer says thank you so much. Welcome. Night Owl X7, hope you're doing fantastically well. Night Owl says, why do this while driving? Why put other people's lives at risk? Because you want to be self-absorbed moron. Well, that's your opinion, Night Owl, and I will share with you, friend, that I am driving safely. I have done this many, many times. And there's other lives you can go to, Night Owl. You don't have to be here on this live. And I'm incredibly passionate about this. For those of you who are subscribers and I interact with on a consistent basis, like Pratik Galatkar and Abraham P2222 that are present today, they know this is when I go live. And I'm here to support my audience. I'm definitely not a moron, and the fact that you mentioned that I am a moron means that you probably are one, because that's just not appropriate. You don't know me, I don't know you, and ultimately we can disagree on something, but the fact that you're calling names to someone that you don't even know shows how low you are as a person. And so just keep that in mind. There's other lives you can go to, Night Owl. Absolutely, there's other lives you can go to, and you can give commentary too. But ultimately, you can't call names to people that you don't even know. You don't even know them. You have no idea what they're doing. You have no idea what their struggles are. You have no idea what their mission is on this earth. Therefore, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But ultimately, I'm changing people's lives, and obviously you are not. We have Tupac Jesus 050. Hope you're doing well today. Tupac says, I almost never hit people. Well, I sure hope you do not. We have Rough Rekka 7026. Hope you're doing well. We have Yuzamaki. Hello. I think Yuzamaki, you've been here before, I believe. And we have Nicholas Claplings. Hope you're doing well. So Nicholas, we're actually talking about serious things here. And even with Night Owl also. And for those of you who have been on my lives before, you know that there's people that say things that are inappropriate and that are silly. And so you just have to bear with me, friends. This is just a part of driving. Why? This is not driving, but this is a part of being an influencer. As your audience grows and as you make more of an impact, you're always going to have people that will come on and just say things that are inappropriate and just rude. And we'll keep going. Bobby Heenan 99, welcome back, Bobby. Hope you're doing well today. Says, why so many angry white trolls? Well, we don't know what their ethnicity is, Bobby, but nonetheless, you just have people that just say stuff like that. I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me at all. All right, Yuzamaki says, I haven't watched in a while. Well, I'm glad you're back. And I'm pretty good with names. If I see it, I remember it. And that's why I remember that you've been on the channel before. So I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much, friend. So Pratik Galatkar 1011 says this live is about setting boundaries in a day-to-day life, which is very big and impactful thing in life. Please, everyone, talk on that topic, as it's going to help a lot who are dealing with this problem. Thank you, Pratik Galatkar. I appreciate that, friend. And absolutely, Pratik has been on the channel and interacted so many times and has given some really great insights. And he's right. I mean, we're talking about setting boundaries as it relates to time. And, you know, you'll have people that try to detract from that. But I will definitely give you some insights today. Just let me know what questions you all have as it relates to protecting your boundaries or setting boundaries as it relates to time. And with the time that we have, I'll definitely talk a little bit about what's happened to me personally. And then I'll share with you probably a little later this evening some more insights as well. So we'll get through it. Brian Tavares N1H. Hello. Brian, I believe you've been here before, so welcome back. We have Krusty Grandma Toes. I'm 6'1", and when I stand on all my money, I turn 5'9". Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. Oh, well, don't worry about that, friend. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. We have Digital Dish H3L, high respected man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. If you like this content so far, I know we haven't done a lot of discussion just yet. We'll get there. We will get there. I have a few more minutes with you all, but I have to address people when they say things inappropriate, because I want you all to know as leaders that this is what makes you stand out. This is how you build your executive presence. This is how you communicate under pressure. And sometimes as leaders, when you're in those situations and you have no idea what to do, what to say, when to say it, how to say it, when you're under pressure, sometimes you just have to see someone manage themselves under pressure. So I encourage you to obviously subscribe to my channel if you want to learn how to do that as a leader. If you're a woman in leadership and you're struggling with this, then reach out to me for a strategy session in the description below. But for women leaders, men leaders, this is how you do it. And I say this often on my channel when I have those situations come up. You have to, sometimes you don't know how to do it until you see it. And I want you all to see it whenever those situations come up, to see how I handle it, because that's exactly what I do. We have Sam Hyde 45. Please don't drive and read. Welcome, Sam. Yuzumaki says thanks. And we have Sam Hyde 45, eyes on the road. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I've been driving and doing this for a really long time, so I appreciate your words. Bobby Heenan 99 says, I'm broke from Christmas shopping, buying my wife those ugly Bottega sneakers. Well, Christmas is almost here, so hopefully you're getting a break for your wallets, Bobby. Hopefully you're getting a break. Sam Hyde, we're trying to talk about boundaries, Sam. I mean, obviously I'm driving while I'm streaming, so I understand and appreciate your concern, but ultimately, I mean, you can go to another stream, friend. You're distracting me by talking about things that we've already discussed. Yuzumaki says, how's your day going so far? It is going very well. Digital Dish H3I says, during driving, please save you others, please. I'm fine. For those of you who are making comments about this, you guys are individuals that are newer to my channel and you just haven't seen it, and that's okay. I appreciate you being here and stopping by. Fire Family 89 says, where are you going? I'm traveling to meet some clients. KT Tablet 2345 says hello, and we have Ender in 9J says hello. All right, so have you ever struggled with time boundaries? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about it while we have some more time to work with each other and get you where you need to go. But I do want to say a couple of things as it relates to time boundaries. You have to remember that time is your most important asset, and time is something that you can't get back. And all of us have a finite amount of time. And before I go into that, let me go into the chat. We have Patricia Roman, SR5HO. Hello, welcome, Patricia. Hope you're doing well today. Patricia says, what's this channel all about? First time watching. Well, Patricia, this channel is specifically focused on advanced communication skills for leaders. And I'm an executive coach. Specifically with my channel and with my business, I help women in leadership be able to communicate confidently and concisely under pressure. However, on many of the social media accounts I have women in leadership that are my followers and subscribers. I have men in leadership that are followers and subscribers, and I have individuals that are not leaders yet that are followers and subscribers. So if you want to learn how to communicate better so that you can do well in salary negotiations, interviews, promotions, board presentations, any presentations whatsoever, and in your business, this, Patricia, is the absolute best place for you to be at on YouTube. I go live Tuesday through Friday, and this is what I'm here to help you all to elevate how you communicate under pressure, because as leaders and managers and individuals, we're just not taught how to do that. Salvador Gula, welcome. The Quiet 1111. Good morning, friend. How are you doing today? Good to see you again. Country Balls V4 says hello. Hugh SK4IG says hi. Maltiki 50, I believe that's I'm driving, so I think I got that right, maybe close. I agree with what you're saying about time. My problem is always trying to figure out how to spend it. Okay, so let's talk about that. Since you mentioned about figuring out how to spend your time. Let me say hello to a few more people. We have Sanhan Cater. Hello, hello. And Patricia Roman says thanks. Zahir Khan Muhammad. Welcome back, Zahir. How you doing today? And this channel is a sickness, illness, virus affecting cancer, disease through indoctrination. Well, Hugh, I will tell you that there's other channels you can go to and troll, but not this one. All right, so, and Zahir Khan Muhammad says hello to Patricia. All right, so there's a comment that was made earlier about time and specifically how to really navigate that time, and that was malticity. I believe I'm driving, so it's kind of hard for me to look at that. Now, one of the things that I found that happens a lot of times when people are trying to figure out they have time, they don't know how to spend it, it's really important for you to be able to think about what's the most important topic, issue, challenge that you are dealing with right now as a leader, and where do you need to put your time, number one. Because if you're having a hard time, and let me see, because I'm about to stop for a second so I can address you appropriately. Maltlicky 50. Okay, now I have your name correctly. All right, so let's talk about how you can do this. So take a few moments, and this is from an executive coaching standpoint, and think about what are the most important aspects excuse me, and topics, discussions, or things that you need to focus in on. And everything as it relates to your schedule and protecting your time boundaries will go around that specifically. And if you take that time to identify what's really important to you, it will help you be able to figure out what should you do with your time. For example, if you have a goal that you're trying to complete and accomplish, and you're trying to do a few things, then you want to make sure that every aspect of your time allows you to have time to do those type of things. And a lot of people struggle with setting time boundaries. And I'll tell you that when I was early on in my career, I struggled with that, with time boundaries. But I will tell you, as I developed as a C-suite executive and a director over the past 20 years, I found that people will just take advantage of your time. So let me know in the comments below, have you ever had someone just take advantage of your time like they didn't care? I have, and that's why I'm sharing with you what happened to me, so that hopefully it doesn't happen to you. One of the things that I did personally, and then for those of you who have joined, I will say hello to you in just a moment. And okay, well, hold on. Someone's saying inappropriate words, so let me pause for a second. I want to make sure for those of you who are all here today that you're having a good experience. So give me just a moment. And for those of you who are normal followers, every morning live is not this where you have individuals come on saying nonsense stuff. You all know that, so it is a little bit detracting today, just because I'm trying to make sure I talk to you all and help you any way that I can. All right, so let me go ahead and look through the chat. Mr. Shadman says hello, beautiful, hope you're doing well, and you're from India. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well today. We have Isaiah Velasco says good morning, good morning, good morning. Barry Johnson 54 says hello. And Zahir Muhammad says, where are you from? I'm from the United States, and I am in the Sunshine State of Florida. All right, so please don't interact to live and drive at the same time. Yes, I know, Mr. Shadman, and this is your first time on my channel. So appreciate you being here, but this is what I do every single day. Salvador Gula has a couple things. The Quiet 1111 says you need a moderator. And the Quiet 1111, and I mentioned this earlier before you joined, as the channel grows and as the business grows, you'll see people do that. You'll see people do things like that. And right now, more than likely, when I reach to about 1,000 subscribers, I will have somebody work with me as a moderator, because it is helpful, of course. But that is something I'm absolutely going to be doing. So I appreciate you mentioning that, the Quiet 111. And as you know, all the lives are not like this. You just have mornings where people just wake up and they just want to be rude. All right, Salvador Gula says stop spamming. Dom, talk that talk. You standing on business this morning? Absolutely, I am, Dom. Talk that talk, and this is the first time I've seen you, so hello, hello. The Real Hunter Hayes says shouldn't be driving on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, y'all. I'm driving while I'm on YouTube. I do this 4 times a week for those of you who are new to me. Michael Kawalia F3G says hello, hello. The Real Hunter Hayes, thoughts on aliens? I do not have thoughts on aliens. We're talking about boundaries specifically. And David, distracted driving skills. We have Shan223 says, I like your hair. I appreciate that. David, as I mentioned, if you don't like it, there's other channels you can go to, friend. All right, we have Christy DeSosa says, hello, beautiful lady. And Maltiki 50 says, the best way to get rid of trolls is to completely ignore them. Don't give them any attention. Yes, you don't give them any attention. Yes, but you have to understand that people are watching this on the replay too. And many people do not know how to communicate, or they struggle with communicating under pressure, which is why if there's something that comes up and I feel like I need to say something about it, to be able to show that to my audience in terms of how you manage these situations, because I have a lot of people that actually are trying to be on YouTube also. I just have to be able to help them any way that I can. The 111, the quiet 111 says, I have to run. I'll catch you on the playback. Absolutely. And we have Rico Richardson says, hello from South Carolina. Welcome. I'm from North Carolina, Ricky. Good to see you. And we have Michael Kawala is from Uganda. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here today. And yes, the quiet 111. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. And let's see, we have Cheryl Barclay 5824 says, love your glasses. Love how your glasses look on you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, awesome. So as I mentioned about time boundaries, we talked about a bit of time boundaries in terms of things that you have to keep in mind. Your time is your most priceless asset. And if you have somebody in your role, in your position, or in your inner circle, I would say, that is not respecting your time boundary and etc., you have to set those boundaries with them. And sometimes it's very hard. It becomes a very hard conversation, and it's challenging for people to do that, especially when you're under pressure. Many times people get very afraid about boundaries and setting them. The reason why they're afraid about the boundaries and setting them is typically for two reasons. One reason is because they are simply they're just not sure what to say. The other reason is that they worry about how they will be perceived as individuals. And this is the reason why people are very hesitant about setting boundaries. And I want to encourage you that you can set those boundaries, especially as it relates to time. If you find someone is taking advantage of your time, you have to, one, have a very deep appreciation as to what's important to you. What are you trying to focus on? Maybe you have a business and etc. you're trying to do, or maybe you're trying to do a outside project or something along those lines, and you need your time to do it. And so your reasoning for wanting to have that time has to become so incredibly important and much bigger than anyone that wants to try to take your time. Now, I will share with you a bit later this evening in terms of what I did personally when I was growing my YouTube channel specifically, and what I had to do to control my time as a leader. So if you want to learn more about what I did as a C-suite executive and as a director, I'll absolutely talk to you a bit more about that a little bit later this afternoon. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through the chat and take a look really quickly and see what's there. Christy DeSouza says, where are you from? I'm from North Carolina, and I currently am in the Sunshine State of Florida. We have Cyril Barclay 5824 says, I'm from North Carolina too. Really, Cyril? You should join the channel, friend. What part of North Carolina are you from? I'm from the western part of the state. We have Lawaz Prince says, hello. Michael Koala, any good Samaritan out there? I need help. Well, Michael, just let us know what you need help with. And I'm going to end up finishing the live here in a few moments, but you're welcome to join later this afternoon. Angel Gutierrez, ITY, hello, welcome. Thank you for the compliment. And Rocky, I appreciate you being here. Now, we've talked a couple things about boundaries. I know today we had a bit more individuals that were just trolling the channel, and that happens sometimes. I will say that if you look at a lot of my lives, we'll have trolls from time to time. It's just some mornings, I most of the time I do not have trolls, but so happened this morning I do have trolls. And most of the time when I have morning trolls on my live like that, it typically is because there's not much going on YouTube in terms of live. So it's okay. We'll talk a bit more about those time boundaries this evening, so feel free to join me there. For those of you who are new, I do go live Tuesday through Friday in the mornings in my car. For some of you who know, this is what I do. And then I also do go live in the evenings as well. So I hope y'all have an amazing day. We have Sabra Roy, H2O. Welcome, welcome. Yes. And Sabra says, are you good? I'm fantastically well. So I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you later this evening. We'll talk a little bit more about setting boundaries, especially as it relates to your time. Bye for now.